Motor Speedway. It's time to get down to some business, late model style. Dirt Track World Championship, $50,000 on the line here. You can't get in the show, you can't make the money. So here we are one more time at West Virginia Motor Speedway, our first of 6 20-lap qualifying heats.
And the first heat will see Mark Bunnell on the pole in the T8 car. Cars lining up right now for the first qualifying heat. Top 3 finishers will move into the 20th annual Dirt Track World Championship. If you're keeping track, your dash cars will make up your first 6 starting spots tomorrow afternoon. The winner of heat race number 1 will start on the pole in position number 7. Winner of heat 2 in position 8, and so on. Top 3 cars go, everybody else to one of 3 consolation events where the top 2 will qualify, and that'll lock in your cars for tomorrow's Dirt Track World Championship, Doc. Fantastic field right away. You can see the cars down on the front stretch. John Gill right there in row number 2. Ronnie Johnson in the 5. We've got them spread all throughout the field for this first of 6 heat events. Stars from different areas all over the country, and they're all going to do battle for 20 laps at a time.
Always a true race of champions, the Dirt Track World Championship. The 03 of Bill Childers, the 12 of Courtney Clewell. The field is star-studded. Every heat race is like a feature at any other track, and this is the only place you see it. 20-lap heats will get you in. Everybody else out of the top 3 go to the B mains. There'll be 3 B mains tomorrow, 25 laps each, and I tell you what, it'll be a chase because only 2 get in from each B main. So the challenge is in front of them. 5/8 miles the distance of this track, 20 laps. Got a lot of racing to do. The track, the moisture's come back up. The repair work that they did in turn 1 looks to have held together nicely, and we have got a fine quality racing surface. Once again, World Championship pace truck. What a beautiful machine that is, Rick. I tell you what, they did it up right. They've taken it to parades all over the country, especially here in West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and the Ohio area. It has been at racetracks all over the country this year, advertising this tremendous historic event here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Thanks to Bud Bear Automotive and Randy Smith. Mark Bunnell paces the field on the pole. Freddie Smith was on the outside of row number 1. John Gill on the inside of row 2. Ronnie Johnson tags right behind him in row 3. The 03 of Bill Childers. Childers out of St. Mary's, West Virginia, a regular at the Tyler County Speedway, looking to make a name for himself here at West Virginia Motor Speedway in this Dirt Track World Championship. A tough battle from the 6th position, but there's a lot behind him that's got to do the same thing. Courtney Clewell also in that group right there. Larry Bond. Green flags in the air. Flagman Todd Gorel and his assistant Mike Gibson has the flag in the air. It's Gibby with the green stick holding them down, holding them down. It'll be Bunnell and Freddie Smith. Bunnell, Smith, and Gill, your top 3 coming to the cone. Coming to the cone, here we go. We're racing here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Bunnell takes it into the inside. He'll hold the point into turn 1, and a lot of cars hit those ruts and turn around. Gill seems to have taken the worst of it as he drops from the 3rd spot all the way to 7th. But up front, Bunnell and caution waves on the speedway. Two by two, packed tight, coming out of turn 4. He'll start at the cone. We're racing again here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Looks like the caution will fly one more time as John Gill got a jump on this time. John Gill jumps to the inside and will do it all again. Flag waves one more time here in the first of 6 heats. But now, and Smith to the outside. He'll put it up on the cushion, and Freddie will have the advantage coming out of turn 2. It's Freddie Smith and Bunnell. Booper Bear right there in third, knocking on Banal's back door. John Gill and Ronnie Johnson as Johnson trims him up at the flag stand. Freddie Smith, 2-car length lead out of turn 2. Mark Banal holds on to second. The battle back there between Ronnie Johnson and Booper Bear for that third and final transfer spot. At the flag stand, Freddie Smith holds on to a 4-car length lead into turn 1. Smith bumps it high off the cushion in turn 1, and down the backstretch he'll go with a 5-car length advantage. That battle still heating up there with Ronnie Johnson and Booper Bear. Bear to the outside, Johnson to the inside. Johnson lets the car drift high, and Bear holds on to the spot with 3 laps down. Caution waves as one of the cars pulls to the inside of turn 2. Looks like mechanical failure absorbing that machine. We'll get that machine number to you. Two cars having problems as the caution flies here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. World Championship and double wide restarts. They will stack them up side by side. The leader should be out front, and they'll stack them 2 by 2 behind the leader. We'll see what happens here. No reason to get all upset about things. This is the way it is. We've done it. And we're racing here once again at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Freddie Smith on the point, but now in second. Ronnie Johnson pops the 5-car into third position. Johnson on the inside, and Larry Bond making a move. The Coolville native coming up, and he is making a move. To the inside of Bear, but Bear slams the door to turn 3. Out of turn 4, it's all Freddie Smith so far with 4 laps down. As John Gill starts to fade one more time. McGill battles back down the backstretch, taking the 5th position away from Larry Bond. The front 3 have just about left the field as Freddie Smith is taking the big advantage, 10-car lengths down the backstretch over Mark Banal. Banal another 10-car lengths back to Ronnie Johnson, and then Booper Bear in the Flying Zero machine. John Gill and Larry Bond. Those are your top 6 runners. And here we go again as 6 laps are down. Check that. 6 laps down, 14 to go. Freddie Smith looks all but hooked up in this one. He is running on the rail right now. The 00 Knoxville, Tennessee native doing everything he can to put it all in lights out here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Freddie up on the cushion out of turn 2. 15 car lengths to lead over Mark Banal, but the battle back there between Larry Bond and John Gill heats up one more time as Bond goes to the inside. Gill lets the car drift high off the cushion, and Gill holds on to the position at the flag stand. 8 down, 12 to go. Freddie Smith looking to the backside of lap cars, going to put some of these lap cars down a little bit to the outside, and Freddie puts not on 1 but 2 cars down as he exits turn 2. His lead is now 15 car lengths over the T8 of Mark Banal. John Gill now has separated himself from Larry Bond and sets his sights on Booper Bear. Gill to the inside, and Bear, something breaks on the car, and he goes up and hits the turn 3 wall. Booper Bear, something breaking on the car, and it shoots directly up into the concrete and turn. We'll see the damage on that car as he comes down the front stretch. Then tight, Freddie gets on the gas down the backstretch, and Banal takes to the inside. Now look at John Gill. John Gill makes a move. There he is to the inside of Ronnie Johnson. RJ powers by at the flag stand, holds on to the 3rd spot. Freddie Smith taking that high line up against the cushion. Freddie will come out of turn 2 with a 4-car length advantage over Mark Banal. Ronnie Johnson holds on to 3rd, and Larry Bond to the inside of John Gill. Gill slams the door on the inside. Now lets the car drift high. Greg Lucas now in the dance. Lucas. He'll be looking to the backside of the 5 of Ronnie Johnson. Now Gill battles back to the inside. Lucas holds it steady and holds on to the position out of turn 2. But they've got him packed tight as Larry Bond is battling with John Gill. Now Gill to the inside. All the while, 12 laps down, 8 to go, and Freddie Smith holding on to a 5-car length advantage over Mark Manal. Now, Gill to the inside of Bond, he holds him off. Gill now needs 2 more positions to get himself locked in to the Dirt Track World Championship tomorrow. He'll charge to the inside one more time. That battle heats up right there again, but Lucas holds him up. The Whitesburg, Kentucky native holds on to the position into turn 3. 4th will not get him in the dance. It'll have to be 3rd or better. RJ holds on to 3rd with a 10-car length advantage over Greg Lucas. Now Gill goes to the inside. He'll pull beside. Can't quite do it as Lucas pulls away, exiting turn 2. Underneath the flag stand, your leader, Freddie Smith, takes the 5 to go sign from Mike Gibson. Gibson lays it down to him. 5 left in this first of 6, 20 lap heat events here in the 20th Annual Dirt Track World Championship. Puts it down low one more time. Lucas just powers out of turn 4. Now Andy Bond at the flag stand beside Gill. Bond to the inside. Gill holds him off down the front stretch. Hits a run, pops the car loose, and Bond charges to the inside. Now Bond takes the position away down the backstretch, and there's contact between Bond and Gill. Bond lets it drift high. Gill charges back to the inside, but Bond will hold the spot with 3 laps to go at the flag stand. Freddie Smith putting a couple more cars a lap down as he enters turn 4, now exited. He'll take 2 to go sign. 2 to go here. Manal in 2nd. Ronnie Johnson in 3rd. Greg Lucas in 4th, Larry Bond 5th, John Gill in 6th. That's your top 6 running through. 18 down, 2 to go. Your leader, Freddie Smith, coming out of turn 4. Mr. Smith takes the white flag. The only 5-time Dirt Track World Champion. He's on his way to win the first heat here of the Dirt Track World Championship in 2000. Freddie looks to the back of another lap car down the backstretch. He'll check the car low. He'll exit turn 4. And here comes the leader and your winner of heat number 1, Freddie Smith out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Mark Manal comes home 2nd. Ronnie Johnson 3rd. Greg Lucas 4th. Larry Bond 5th. John Gill 6th. Steve Casebold looks like he took the 7th spot. Now the all-important weigh-in. Get him to the scales, see what happens.
Well, your first 3 drivers locked into this Dirt Track World Championship through heat events. It all depends if they make the weight at the scales. The number 5 of Ronnie Johnson, the T8 of Mark Manal, and the unofficial winner, the 00, the Southern Gentleman, Freddie Smith.
Well, let's check them at the scales. You know, this is all important. We had a bunch of cars after time trials, Rick, that weighed in light. They ended up starting at the back of their heat, and I'm wondering if that's what happened with Darrell Lanigan. I got to believe that's something that might have happened with him because he is going to start way back in his heat event. Freddie Smith, there's your win. They're going to have to put him back on, looks like. One more check there at the technical inspection station here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Freddie Smith, there's your winner, race fans. He clears technical inspection. The only 5-time Dirt Track World Champion, looking to make it number 6 here in 2000. Out of Knoxville, Tennessee, Freddie Smith.
And you know what, Doc? You said it earlier. He did it again. The only driver to make every Dirt Track World Championship. He's in it again 20 times. Freddie Smith, the Southern gentleman, locked into tomorrow afternoon's event.
Well, you know, Chattanooga driver locked in to tomorrow's A-Main here in the 20th annual, the 20th anniversary of the Dirt Track World Championship. Up next, heat number 2. Tell me, sir, how does that banana get in shape? Heat number 2. They'll pace him around. Looks like the moisture's come back in here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. On the pole in the Rocket House car. Out of Greensburg, Pennsylvania, the 1J of Davy Johnson. Outside of Johnson, pacing the field in the 24 out of York, Pennsylvania, Rick Eckert in the 24. On the inside of row 2, the 53. He hails from Brasstown, North Carolina. This is Ray Cook. Outside of Cook, they're going to take the green flag. It's Dan Schleeper out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Green flag waves here once again at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Johnson darts to the inside, and that's where he'll go. He'll pinch it off, and he'll hold on to the lead as he pushes Eckert out to the cushion. Dennis Erb Jr. dives under Schleeper, and he takes the 4th position away. Cook holds on to 3rd. Schleeper fell asleep at the start of this one. Now he's got problems. Schleeper checks up on the cushion. Now we've got one sideways at turn 4. Contact. One goes spinning. 3 cars and debris all over the racetrack as caution flies here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Breakfast again, and Jerry just reminded me, you know, it's starting to cool down. If you forgot to bring one of those wraps with you or a little jacket, they have tremendous looking Dirt Track World Championship t-shirts or sweatshirts down there, and he got passed up. Green flag about to wave here at West Virginia Motor Speedway, and Johnson darts to the inside one more time. It's Johnson, Eckert, Schleeper hits the rut one more time, and Ray Cook goes to the inside. Johnson all over the wall and recovers. Johnson now powers back to the outside of Todd Andrews. Your leader coming out of turn 4 in a Ray Vest Excavating Special, Rick Eckert. Cook to the inside. Cook will hold on to 2nd place. Dennis Erb to the inside of Schleeper. They'll come side by side, but Erb checks up out of 2. Now Johnson charges back. He'll take the position away from Todd Andrews. Now Andrews to the inside. We've got contact with 2 battling back there in the back. They straighten it up and hold on. 2 laps down. Cook still chasing Eckert for the lead. Schleeper holds on to the 3rd spot, but Davy Johnson's on the charge. Johnson now to the outside of Erb. He'll power by. Oh, and something goes around the Johnson machine as Johnson checks into the wall.
something may have broke on the steering of that automobile as he got right into the wall. You can see the tie rod broke now along with some sheet metal damage. But I think Davey Johnson had some steering problems at the beginning of this thing, and it finally all went kaput as he went into turn number 3 and couldn't pull her down.
But what the wave, and here we go. We're racing at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Cook to the inside of Sleeper. The battle there for second as Green waves out of turn 4. Eckert will place him into turn 1. Cook and Sleeper side by side. Sleeper pulls away the advantage. Hooks the rut one more time. Cook dives to the inside. He'll take the second position away as they exit turn 2. Now Sleeper battles back. Sleeper battles back to the door side. Now he'll be to the tail of the 53 of Cook. Cook holds him off into turn 1. One more time through that rough area on the track as Sleeper slips away. Dennis Erb Jr. slides into the third and final transfer spot. Five laps down, 15 to go in his second heat event here at the Dirt Track World Championship. Eckert, Cook, Erb Jr., and Dan Sleeper. Now it looks like something went wrong with the Andrews machine as he slips back. Todd Andrews looks to have some type of mechanical problem as he lets that position go. Now Eckert riding that high line, trying to bump up on the cushion and get a little push. Eckert brings him out of turn 4. 5 car lengths to lead at the flag stand. 7 laps down. Caution waves here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Stretch, and they're under gas again here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Cook pushes high. Erb checks up, and Sleeper dives to the inside. Sleeper now holds on to that third spot. But Erb will charge back to the inside. Eckert now out of turn 4. He'll look at it 8 laps down this time by. 3 car lengths to lead over the 53 of Ray Cook. Caution. Yep. Eckert on the gas one more time. Sleeper dives to the outside. The car seems to check up out there. He'll hold on to second at the flag stand. It's Ray Cook and then Dennis Erb Jr. the top 4. Next time by, they'll take the cross flags and they'll be halfway through this second heat event. Sleeper trying to make a charge out of turn 4. He closes down to 4 car lengths at the flag stand as the leader takes the cross flags. Eckert, Sleeper, Ray Cook, your top 3. Dennis Erb Jr. wants to get in this thing. He's going to have to come up on the 53 and make a challenge and get by him. Sleeper making a charge, closing in on the backside of Eckert. Lead at the flag stand narrows to 2 car lengths. Sleeper closing the distance. Sleeper all over the backside of Eckert coming out of turn 2. Challenge may be up front. Caution waves here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Dan Sleeper did not want to see that. Todd Andrews pulls the car pit side. Looks like something went wrong with the steering on that machine.
Well, someone else to keep your eye on is Rod Conley in that 71R, sitting in the 5th spot on the outside of Herb. He has had a good run going as we're getting ready to go back to green.
Eckert puts the power on down the backstretch, and Herb dives to the inside of Cook, trying to take that 3rd position away. Sleeper, he'll hold it a second, but Cook is all over him at the flag stand. Ray Cook to the inside. Sleeper holds on to the position now. He pulls to the backside of Eckert. Eckert now slips away down the backstretch to a 3-car length advantage going into turn 3. Now Herb powers to the inside of the 53. Cook slams the door at the flag stand. 13 laps down, 7 to go. Sleeper trying to make a charge one more time. He'll close it to 3-car lengths at the flag stand. Cook holds on to 3rd, Herb on to 4th. Battle back there for 5th position as Conley gets taken by. Five to go this time by. Your leader has 5 to go. Dennis Holm Jr. pulling the 28. Pit side, smoke rolling out of the back of the 28 machine. Herb will call it quits for this heat event. Pulls it pit side, back out on the Speedway. Eckert holds on to a 5-car length advantage at the flag stand with 4 laps to go. Sleeper holding on to 2nd, Ray Cook to 3rd. Out of turn 4, looks to close the gap on the S9 of Dan Sleeper. Now he does in turn 1. Sleeper bobbles, and there's Ray Cook to take advantage. See what he can do out of turn 2. This time by the leader will take the 2 to go. 2 to go signal coming to Rick Eckert. Out of turn 4. Looks dead in the eyes of Mike Gibson. Gibson waves the white over top of the 24 machine. 1 circuit left here at West Virginia Motor Speedway in heat number 2. Cook looks like he's going to have that transfer spot. He sure would like to start a little higher in the feature than where he's going to if he finishes 3rd. See what kind of heat he puts on Sleeper into turn 4. Your winner underneath the checkers out of York, Pennsylvania, Rick Eckert. In 2nd, the S9 of Dan Sleeper. 3rd, Ray Cook in the 53. Their top 3, let's see the all-important weigh-in and technical inspection at the scales. A dandy performance put on by the 24 of Rick Eckert. Attention on the Speedway grounds, attention on the Speedway grounds. Merle Tracer.
Mercury Tracer.
A Mercury Tracer, check that out. A Mercury Tracer must be moved. License plates, West Virginia 359156. West Virginia license plates 359156. That's a Mercury Tracer. It needs to be moved. It's at the front gate. Well, there you have it, race fans. Winner of the 2nd heat. Out of York, Pennsylvania, in the 24 machine, that's Rick Eckert. Position, that'll give him a good starting position in the Consi that he'll start in tomorrow. Out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, in the E1 machine, Mike Balzano. Outside of him, out of Muscatine, Iowa, in the 15B, Brian Burkhofer. Looks like caution will wave. We're not going to start yet. Them up one more time. Something wrong with the lineup there, and we'll get it straightened out and get them started again. Balzano will start it on the pole. Brian Burkhofer outside of him. The 17M of Dale McDowell on the inside.
The outside, Wendell Wallace in row number 2, looking for green this time by. Aaron Scott, Clint Smith, along with Jimmy Mars, all on the inside row, looking for green as they come out of 4, side by side. They look good. Here we go. They take it into turn 1. Balzano will hold the bottom groove. Burkhofer slips up a little bit. Randall Chump running third, but Burkhofer down the backstretch with a burst of speed. Brian Burkhofer with the early lead. Balzano holding the bottom line, coming back to challenge and come across the line. Burkhofer by a car length as they head into turn number 1. Randall Chump sliding up the bank in turn 1. He'll take the Wayne Hummel with him. Running in that 5th spot, it's Dale McDowell. Clint Smith running 6, running 7 there, and Scott. Running 8, Paul Wilmot Jr. Across the line again, it's Brian Burkhofer. Trouble down the front stretch. Lou Bradish tags the wall as the caution flag comes out. Bradish with a handful of steer wheel coming out of turn number 4. Couldn't hang on, tags the inside retaining wall. That'll slow him down after 2 laps, but what a battle up front, Doc. Burkhofer and Balzano side by side. One would take the lead, the other one would claim it back in the corner.
No foul.
Group makes their way down the front stretch looking for green. There it comes, next time by. Just getting you ready to go. To the corner, barreling in through turn number 3. Balzano to the inside again as they come out of 4. Here we go, trouble in 3. Trouble in turn number 3, and the caution flag is gonna have to come out. We got them stacked up in between turns 3 and 4. John Ward getting involved over there in the number 69. Also looks like Dorsey in 92 may have been involved, and the number 44 all coming together.
In the Motor Speedway, so you can get after it all you want. and upcoming that 6 fast car, 10 lap dash to see how they'll start the first 3 rows of this deal tomorrow.
Go. Balzano again to the inside of Burkhofer, side by side on the 4. We're back underway. He can't make it stick as that number 1 E1 car again in trouble. Look out! Dale McDowell spins out of turn 2. Caution flag out.
When they restart this thing, they're about ready to go, and back to you, Rick.
Well, they check up down the backstretch as we get ready to go back to green. Balzano will get jumped this time. Here comes Dwayne Hommel in the H2 as he runs for that 3rd spot. Hommel had the 3rd spot locked up, but it's Balzano running that inside line. He's got him by a nose. Here comes Burkhofer down the backstretch. They go 3 wide. Woolman goes in between the Darrell Lanigan and Jimmy Mars, but it's Balzano challenging for the lead. Burkhofer will take him down the front chute and into 1. Jimmy Mars on the move now in the Parker Stores number 1. He's picked up the number 6 spot. Woolman in trouble in turn number 1, and the caution flag will wave.
Rick looked like a tie rod was broke loose on the B1 machine as he darted straight to the wall. Another time.
Well, now another driver that had a good run will go back to the tail, but what a move down the backstretch. Jimmy Mars and Darrell Lanigan got sandwiched, if you will, going down that back chute. Everything straightened out. Got a little... Field bunches up nice and tight once again as we get ready to go. Jimmy Mars with a jump this time down the backstretch into 3. He goes to the inside of Hommel. Balzano will dive underneath Burkhofer. We go back to green. Darrell Lanigan off the pace in the number 29. Something wrong with the GBS ride. Randall Chupp also falling off the pace. Dale McDowell way off as Balzano dives to the inside. Coming out of turn number 4, Mike Balzano, your leader. Caution flag comes out. Well, whatever repairs needed to be made to Darrell Lanigan, they've done it. He's back on the racetrack.
Fans, get it in, get it out. He's back out here. Hey, the attrition rate is high. If he can move up there, maybe they've made a tweak here and a tweak there along with the repair. We'll see what happens with the 29 GVS Racing Special.
It's like Dale McDowell's coming back out too as we get ready to go green. Burkhofer, Hommel, and Balzano will bring them out of 4. We're back underway. Into turns 1 and 2, they go 3 wide. Hommel in between Burkhofer and Balzano. Burkhofer slips, Hommel with the lead. Dwayne Hommel takes Mike Balzano with him into turn number 3. Balzano will keep his low line. Hommel's going to lead the event. Bob Salathe now running in that 4th spot. Clint Smith and Aaron Scott battling out for 5th. Down the back shooting into 3, and again Lanigan off the pace. Looks like he may have broke once again into 29. Salathe now on the back bumper of Brian Burkhofer. That's for the 3rd and final transfer spot. Balzano and Hommel trying to run away from the rest of the field. Lanigan still trying to get his car into the infield. We stay under green. Burkhofer opens up a little bit of an advantage now over Salathy, running in that fourth spot. Clint Smith on the move in 44. Jimmy Bernheisel getting around Jimmy Mars as they head down the back chute and into 3. Starting to spread out just a little bit now as we approach lap number 8. Clint Smith trying to reel in a Bob Salathy for the number 4 spot. Al Atkinson diving to the inside out of turn number 4, and now he'll chase Aaron Scott as they head into 1. Hummel stretching his advantage over Mike Balzano in that second spot. Salathy again trying to close in on Brian Burkhofer for third. Clint Smith right behind him. Jimmy Mars going to the inside of Bernheisel now, trying to take the position away. Won't get it done coming out of turn number 4. Hummel now approaching the slower car of Tippett as he works to the outside down the back chute. Clint Smith has caught Bob Salathy, and Salathy not too far behind the 15B of Brian Burkhofer. We're at the halfway point, lap 11 this time by. Right now the battle is for that third and final transfer position as Salathy slips. Clint Smith will take away the number 4 spot. Smith now running fourth, Salathy fifth, and they chase down your third place car, Brian Burkhofer. Hummel almost gets collected as he goes into turn 1, had to get on the binders, now right back on the throttle, gets pinched again, coming out of 2. Hummel will dive to the inside at 3. Balzano has caught ground. Mike Balzano rolling in your leader. Here comes E1. To the inside at turn 1. Can't get it done as they come out of 2. Hummel will retain his lead as Tippett spins here in the front stretch. Caution flag is out. You know, Doc, you think that this race is all over and Hummel's going to go home the winner, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, again comes Mike Balzano. The number 2 position has seemed to be his for this third heat event, but he is trying awful hard to put it out front.
Well.
Yeah, I think these drivers have grown accustomed to it real quick. It's a great way to restart the race. And again, Balzano gets the jump on the inside. This time he's going to lead Hummel out of 4, but Hummel trying to return the favorite around the front chute. Across the line, it was Balzano by a nose. Hummel's going to try Balzano's game and go to the inside. He'll make the pass. Here comes Balzano to return the favorite down the backstretch. Good side-by-side racing as they head into turn number 4. Hummel has a good line on the outside. He'll lead the event for lap 14, 6 to go. Burkhofer retaining that third and final transfer spot. Clint Smith right there with him. Aaron Scott has now picked up the 5th position. Salathy 6th, Mars 7th, McDowell running 8th, Bernheisel 9th, Atkinson 10th. Caution flag is out. Ready to get back into it again. Everybody on the hammer. We're going to go green coming out of 4. They pick their lines and into the wall. Aaron Scott in 33. Scott slams the wall in turn 3, and we're going to go caution.
Man, oh my.
So we still got 6 to go. Balzano Balzano again will dive to the inside of Hamel. Burkhofer right behind him. Here we go, back underway. Dwayne Hamel will run the high line as he has most of this event. He'll take Balzano down the backstretch. Bob Salathy now picking up the third spot. Clint Smith running fourth. Running fifth is Smith. Dale McDowell is running sixth. Five laps to go, and Balzano goes to the inside. He can't make it happen in turn two. Bob Salathy now on the back bumper of Brian Burkhofer for the third and final transfer spot. Salathy going to work on the back bumper of Brian Burkhofer as Hamel stretched his lead over Mike Balzano once again. 3 laps to go this time by. They'll get the 2-lap signal next time around. Single file down the backstretch and into turns 3 and 4. Hamel will bring him on a 4 for the 2-lap signal. 18 in white flag the next time by. Less than 2 laps for the number RG3 of Bob Salathy if he wants to get in the feature event. Burkhofer holding on in third. White is out. 1 to go for Dwayne Hamel. Down the long back stretching into turn number 3. Hamel cruising through the corners. Coming out of 4, Dwayne Hamel will take the event. Balzano will come home second. Third will go to Brian Burkhofer. Fourth to Bob Salathy, and fifth will go to Clint Smith in 44. Unofficially, your top 3 going to the Dirt Track World Championship. Dwayne Hamel in H2, Mike Balzano in E1, and Brian Burkhofer in 15B. Now it's down to the scales to see if they make weight.
Mike Balzano will be the first to trip on the scales here and see what happens. Get it check that height of that deck in the back. Operating under United Dirt Track Racing Association rules this weekend, UDTRA. Mike Balzano checks in good. Balzano locked in to tomorrow's main event. Burkhofer, third place finishing, the Muscatine, Iowa driver. He's in the show. And your winner in the H2 machine, Dwayne Hamel. Battle here at West Virginia Motor Speedway in the 20th running of the Dirt Track World Championship. Miller in the 19, going to get him where he needs to go.
Many big wins in his career. And on the outside, the 79 car, the Hitman, Tim Hitt, also in the event. Last Saturday night's feature winner at the Muskingum County Speedway, George Lee, won on the last lap. Dewitt Hewitt, Jack Hewitt in the Wirtgen number 21 car. Famous for his open wheel driving, but he's been piloting a late model all season long. And he's ready to go. Lynn Geisler in the Cochran Budweiser number 1, the 2000 Max Series champion. excellent field for heat race number 4. Again, the top 3 cars move on. Everyone with Johnny Johnson has to be Pete Parker, the driver out of Wisconsin. He makes the tow over here, and this guy has been racing for a long time. It'd be nice to see the veteran get in this Dirt Track World Championship, but he's got a handful of competitors he's got to get by first, as we're about ready to get underway with heat race number 4. The restrooms at turn number 4. Brad Thomas or Bill Lane, you need to meet your party at the restrooms at the bottom of turn number 4.
I was just watching his lips.
Yeah, here we go, heat race number 4. Timmy hitting Donnie Moran on the point. Hit on the gas. We're racing again here in West Virginia. Hit to the inside. He'll take the lead into turn 2. Watch the 99 of Moran. And there's the 21, and the car's packing up in turn 1. 4 of them turned around sideways. That'll bring out the caution, the first caution in this 4th heat event. Trouble in turns 1 and 2 as they get turned around. It'll ship the tent down there. They said last year that they didn't carry enough children's items. They've taken care of that this year. You know, lots of money on the line here this weekend, race fans. Got to make sure everything's right. Everybody gets a shot and a fair shake. Hewitt looking for a big way in to a big payday here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Those are the 4 that'll bring it to the line. Hit on the inside, Moran on the outside. Watch the 99. He likes this place when the track is heavy. So we'll see what happens. Slowly brings them down. They're on the gas. We're racing here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Hit to the inside, Moran to the outside. Now Moran checks up on the cushion and watch the 99 fly into turn 2. Moran all over the outside, and he'll take the lead down the backstretch. Man, now rest of the field mixing up Jeremy Miller into the backside of Mike Johnson, and they check out. Now up front, Moran and Hit. Moran by the nose of the car at the flag stand. Now Moran to the high side one more time. The Hit man rolls to the inside, slams the door on Moran, and Moran will put the nose up the pipes there. Down the backstretch. Moran now checks her to the inside. Lets the left wheel run down low, but Timmy Hit a hold on to the spot out of turn 4. Side by side racing all night long here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Now Moran to the inside. Here's a slide job into turn 2. Moran with a slide job here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Hit battles back down the backstretch. Now they get sideways. Oh no, look at this. Timmy Hit puts the hook on Donnie Moran. Caution will wave here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. And we're going racing one more time here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Hit to the inside. They'll come 3 wide off of turn 4. Hit holds the spot. Cars all over the speedway racing for position. Donnie Moran having to start from the back there. Watch him go through. 3 wide in turn 2 as Moran checks up one more time. Moran getting the door slammed on him by the back markers here. Donnie Moran got a long ways to go. Back up front. It's Timmy Hit holding on to his own. Got a smoker in turn 1. Moran starting to pick him off from the back to the front. The question will be whether he's got enough laps to do it or not. The Dresden, Ohio driver dealt a bad card here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Got a little help in a spin, but he's charging now. The 99 to the inside. We'll watch him check up. The inside of Mike Johnson. Johnson feathers out to the outside. Everybody stops on the backstretch. It's like somebody dropped a red flag back there. Now they're back under power, but caution waves here at West Virginia.
Well, Doc, one of those cars involved back there, Lynn Geisler in the Cochran #1 car, he had a strong showing going on, and his night has come to an end early as the #1 car damaged coming out of turn #2 through traffic, extremely cautious as they were going 3 wide through the corners, and he'd pick and choose where he went. Another driver's field with the best of them. No stranger to running up front, and that's where he's trying to get himself right now after that incident in turn #4, which sent him to the tail. Well, Geisler up on the hook now in the #1 car. His evening is over with. 6860 at the main gate. You need to move that vehicle immediately or it will be towed. Well, Dave Troutman on the hook, Doc, in the #7. Troutman looking for a good showing this evening here in the heat event action. Not to be.
Here, Timmy Hitt will take them down. They're stacked tight, right to the cone. Hit on the gas. We're racing again here in the Dirt Track World Championship. Hit darts out to the front with the battle back in the back. And Moran coming on the outside. That's Donnie Moran. Moran up to the backside and up to the side of 19 of Jeremy Miller. Now he puts Miller away in turn 2. No, the car pitches right. He'll check back out. Jeep Van Wormer down the backstretch. And we've got one turn sideways. Caution waves here one more time at West Virginia Motor Speedway. West Virginia Motor Speedway is starting to prove right for Mr. Jeep Van Wormer. But it's an amazing story with him. He did not come out to start this heat.
Yeah. And George Lee, your second place car, has pulled it into the infield. The driver of the 21 has pulled off the racetrack. That gives second to Mike Wilson, third to Mike Benedum, and now Van Wormer will take over fourth with Jeremy Miller fifth, and I don't know what happened to George Lee.
Well, trying to take a look to see if he has a tire going down or a tire was going down, but he's definitely pulled pit side. We're watching him roll across the front. Looks like he's headed for his pit area. Maybe some advice, maybe a little bit of technical support, but if we watch him exit the car, you know his evening's done. Something as your leader, Timmy Hitt, will bring him to the cone for the restart. On the gas again here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Now Timmy Hitt will right the car out of turn 3 and into turn 4. He will not give up the lead this circuit by. Moran one more time, drives it to the outside. Now you watch the 99, the Dresden, a high native. He'll be down on the inside. Watch him pick the cars off. Jeremy Miller splits the 3 down the backstretch. The 19 of Miller in the charge now, coming from the 99 of Moran on the inside. Moran all over. Picking up another position on that lap. Moran has moved to the 7th spot. Now looking for number 6. 5 laps down, 15 to go. Timmy Hitt still holds on to the lead. Moran charging like a bull at a red flag. Next up for Moran, the 19 of Jeremy Miller. Moran to the inside, Miller to the outside. 6 laps down, 14 to go. Moran unable to make a move out of turn 2. Back in the back, contact on the backstretch. Jim Bernhardt survives that one. Now we got contact at turn 3. Now down the front stretch, Moran all over the inside. Now hitches the car low. 2 cars in the wall on the front stretch. Dr. Brian Eaton all over the wall. Looks like Dr. Brian Eaton in the wall, the nose into the wall. And the 2J of Mike Johnson as caution waves at West Virginia Motor Speedway on lap 7. Dr. Brian Eaton getting the worst of that contact. Mike Johnson brushes the wall, but he'll take the car pit side, maybe to get it checked out. Rick, maybe he's done for this race.
Well, Eaton's going to have to take his car to the car doctors in the pits this time, and they're going to have to do some service on that machine as a heavy hit down here on the front stretch. The tire is down on the rim, and he has got to get some ultra-quick service to get the car back on the racetrack.
Well, he may have a few seconds there, Rick, because it's going to take a few minutes to get Dr. Brian Eaton on the hook. Tough ride for the doctor, the racing doctor here. Belpre Chiropractic Clinic doctor there. You know, he had a tough time. He missed his time out for his time trial, but I know his crew will work diligently to get that car back for the B-Main tomorrow, pick up some cash, and possibly earn his way back into the Dirt Track World Championship. Another
Ben continuing to do service on that vehicle as we get Eaton's car up on the hook. And he has worked his way from the tail right behind Jeremy Miller, who made a really gutsy move coming out of turn number 2 like a lightning bolt shot down the backstretch to pick up a position.
Back once tonight, he could probably do it again. That was some 7 racing laps ago, 13 to go. Watch the 55 chase to the front. And Moran, what can you say? This will only help his chances to get up there to that transfer spot, if not win this heat event. And I tell you what, hit Wilson and Benham, they're on the gas, and we're green again. It'll bring him out of turn 4, and Moran now in the 5th spot. Watch the 99 as Jeremy Miller dives to the inside of Mike Benham. 1, 2, and 3 to the high side, and there's Moran around the outside. Has to check up in turn 2. Miller will hold on to the 4th position. That line getting ever so close to the concrete in turns 3 and 4. Now the battle for second heats up. Wilson to the outside, Benham to the inside, and Moran is around Jeremy Miller. Moran up to the 4th spot, knocking on the door, Mike Benham. Benham's going to have to race hard this way to keep the 99 off his tail. 8 laps down. And Timmy Hitt is checking out. Mike Wilson is second. Moran now to 3rd place. Donnie Moran up to 3rd. Benham in 4th and Jeremy Miller 5th. Halfway. Timmy Hitt holds on to the point. Mike Wilson Jr. in 2nd. Donnie Moran charging at 3rd. Watch Moran come to the backside of the 07 of Wilson. Moran to the inside of Wilson. Moran will do away with him out in turn 2. Now Moran sets his sight, but Wilson charges back. Diamond cuts the turn, and here he comes again. Moran one more time charges to the inside, forces Wilson high. Wilson not willing to let Moran have that spot easily. If they were talking, he'd be saying, Donnie, you're going to have to race me for it. You're going to have to show me you're a better driver. 12 laps in the book. 13 this time by. Caution one more time here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Caution, one more waves, one more time. Count out the 99 or the 55 at this point, because both of them had made tremendous charges from the tail of this field, and there's still 7 laps remaining in this 20-lap event. It brings them to the cone on the backstretch. We're underway here again at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Moran to the outside. He'll put the right tire up on the cushion. The right rear is there, and he's around Wilson at the flag stand. Now the crosshairs are set on the 79 of Timmy Hitt. Moran charges to the inside. Moran will have to check up out of 2. Slide job on Timmy Hitt. Here we are again. Some 13 laps later. This is where we were 13 laps ago. Moran has charged his way all the way to the front. Now Hitt sliding back, and he's got pressure from Mike Wilson Jr. The 55 of Jeep Van Wormer. Moving up, steadily moving up. He's into the 4th position. The Jeep going to put a press on the 07 of Mike Wilson Jr. No spots are secure. This time by. The leader takes it, 5 to go. Donnie Moran all the way from the tail to the point with 5 to go. Now, Jeep Van Wormer to the inside of Wilson. Wilson shuts the door one more time as he exits turn 2. Jeep Van Wormer, tremendous charges all night here at West Virginia Motor Speedway in this 4th heat event. Now the Jeep to the inside. It's Jeep Van Wormer and Mike Wilson. Jeep to the inside. Wilson holds the line, gets the kick and bite off the rim, and here he comes. He holds on to it. Van Wormer and Mike Wilson Jr. battling it out for that 3rd and final transfer spot. One will get in and one goes to a Conci tomorrow. Moran now checked out to a 5-car length lead, and Wilson contact with a turn 2 wall. He's up on the wall. The right rear smacked the wall in turn 1 and he hugged it out there, crossing out on the speedway. This will be a benefit for Jeep Van Wormer as he will fall into that 3rd and final transfer spot. Moran now in the lead. Timmy Hitt in 2nd and Jeep Van Wormer in 3rd. Jeremy Miller in 4th. That's your top 4 rolling right there. And I tell you what, nothing's safe with 3 laps to go. Hit pretty hard. I'm not so sure he didn't jump the cushion right there and just get sucked up into the wall. It has a tendency to do that. As you know, at Eldora, when you jump the cushion, you're going to have a mouthful of concrete, and I think that's what happened to Mike Wilson Jr. But hopefully he'll be able to get that car back. It looks like
front. He'd like to get a good finishing position, if not to at least get in that consolation event at a good starting spot.
to the point. Timmy Hitt on the inside, Jeep Van Wormer on the outside. The old Gary Stuhler ride now piloted by Jeremy Miller. Moran brings them to the cone. It's anybody's game with 3 laps to go in this heat race. Now Jeep Van Wormer to the inside. Moran up on the cushion. Timmy Hitt on the cushion. And Jeremy Miller in front of Timmy Hitt. What a move. And he's beside Jeep Van Wormer. They make contact down the front stretch. The Jeep to the inside. The 19 to the outside. More contact in turn 1 by back markers. Now Miller threads the needle one more time down the backstretch. Miller doing his best to get in his show. Timmy Hitt all the way around, 2 sticks up in the air, 2 to go in this event. Timmy Hitt fading badly in the 79 machine. Jeremy Miller in the 3rd and final transfer spot. Jeep Van Wormer in 2nd, and Donnie Moran 15 car lengths to lead out in front. Moran out of turn 4. Moran will take the white flag from Mike Gibson. Moran 1 circuit left to go. Early on, a spin puts him at the tail, and he makes it all the way back to the point. The racing surface is nothing less than excellent and superb here at West Virginia Motor Speedway this evening. Your leader and winner of the 4th heat event out of Dresden, Ohio, Donnie Moran. Jeep Van Wormer comes home 2nd. Jeremy Miller 3rd. Timmy Hitt comes home 4th after leading most of this event. Those are your top 4. Now the all-important. Who goes to the scales? Who weighs in? And who might just get DQ'd? We'll see what all happens and comes out here as they all come around. Moran, he'll be the first to head to the scales as he is the first coming around. What a great race, rate fans. You saw it here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. A man comes from the tail to the front. Donnie Moran, what a run for the 99 of Donnie Moran. Your winner of the 4th Dirt Track World Championship qualifying heat out of Dresden, Ohio, the 99 of Donnie Moran. Timmy Hitt crosses the scales. Timmy Hitt coming home 4th. He will pick up that 4th spot. He tips the scales. He will be in a B main tomorrow. Look for the 79 machine to start up front in one of the 3 B mains tomorrow. Jeep Van Warmer. Brent Cunning, Michigan's Jeep Van Warmer in the 55 machine, coming home 2nd in the 4th heat. And coming home 3rd in the 19 machine with a great run. Doesn't mind putting them 3 wide here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. The 19 of Jeremy Miller.
Out of Zanesville, Ohio, Rick Auckland on the pole for this one. The tall, cool one, Bob Pierce in the event. Jackie Boggs in 4B, one of the oldest drivers in the field. The veteran Johnny Johnson also lined up to go. 5th heat event coming up, and it's going to be a doozy.
Well, you can't hardly say enough about the guys like Johnny Johnson. Johnny Johnson is one of the greatest dirt late model supporters across the country. Race fans, when you see J and J Steele on the side of a race car, that is Johnny Johnson. So I tell you one thing, when you walk by, you ought to tell him thank you. He helps keep a lot of these guys on the racetracks for our enjoyment. That's Johnny.
Of row number 2. R.J. Conley in a 71C, Ronnie Fisher, John Mason, we turn him loose, green is out, underway! 3 wide, heading into turn number 1, something's gotta give as they go in the corner. Trouble in 2, they try and straighten it out, and a caution flag is gonna wave. Ronnie Fisher gets tagged in turn number 2. The 48 car coming out of nowhere tags Ronnie Fisher in number 1, and we go to caution. Pulling in pit side, the 1 car out of the event as Auckland gets on the hammer. Here we go. Rick Auckland on the inside, Pierce on the outside as they head through turn number 2 down the back chute. Jackie Boggs in trouble, he straightens it out. Mason up by the wall, he'll gather it up as we head into turn number 3. Johnny Johnson running in that 4th spot. Johnson to the inside of Conley, he'll take over the number 3 spot. The veteran is on the move. Pierce your leader, Auckland chasing him down the backstretch. John Mason now going to work on the outside of Skip Arp. That'll be for the number 5 spot. Dan Armbruster running at 7. Here comes Mike Smith in the S1. Arp running along the bottom of the racetrack, and John Mason trying to reel him in for the number 5 position. Racing John Mason to the outside of Skip Arp as they do battle. Problem over in turn number 2. Caution flag is out. Paul Harris looping it at the bottom of turn 2. Paul Davis in the 111 also slowing way off the pace. Pick it up high pit side, and the tall, cool one, Bob Pierce, your early leader.
Well, I don't think that car is repairable to finish this heat race.
Well, right now,
and there aren't very many others, so there aren't many guys in this field that could possibly have one in their history. So there's a lot of first-time guys that could be the 20th anniversary winner of the Dirt Track World Championship.
Hands full because he's got Johnny Johnson and Bob Pierce to contend with this. We go back to green. Pierce will lead them into turn number 4. Auckland falls in right behind. Green flag waves. We're back underway. R.J. Conley working in the number 3 spot underneath Johnny Johnson. He might take that 3rd spot away. He will. He's going to bring Skip Arp along with him on the bottom. Arp to the inside of Johnny Johnson now for 4th. There's John Mason will check in underneath the 99 of Johnson and try and go with Skip Arp. Auckland in turn 2. Arp slip that helped R.J. Conley. He'll take back the number 3 position. Johnson will also work the outside of Arp for the 4th spot. Mason working the outside of Mike Smith. Jackie Boggs watching it all happen. Johnson chasing down R.J. Conley for the 3rd and final transfer spot as we stay under green. Lap number 6 in the books this time by. Jackie Boggs on the move as he slips underneath. Boggs gets by Mike Smith as they take it into turn number 1. Johnson again going to work on the inside of Conley. Won't make it happen in turn number 2. Conley will lead him down the backstretch as they go near 3. Skip Arp sitting all alone in 5th, but Jackie Boggs closing in quickly in 6th. The 4B McDonald's car working well. Skip Arp off the pace at 31. Trouble on that machine. He'll pull it into the pits. Arp out of the event. That'll give Jackie Boggs the number 5 spot. Mike Smith running 6. John Mason 7. Dan Armbruster 8. Ray Tucker 9. Jerry Bowersock running 10. Rick Auckland starting to close the gap now on Bob Pierce for the lead as Mike Smith goes around John Mason. Johnson trying to reel in 3rd place R.J. Conley. Auckland gaining real estate on Pierce, but Pierce will take it away coming out of 2 as Auckland slipped a little bit in the corner. He'll pick up at turn number 3, and now they got to get through lap traffic. Pac-Man in the way. They both get by Patrick Klein. He'll take it down the front stretch and into 1. Halfway the next time by. 10 and 10 to go as Auckland to the inside of Pierce for the lead. Rick Auckland will take it away. Here comes Pierce down the backstretch. Side by side, Bob Pierce and Rick Auckland. They battle wheel to wheel and door to door and 4. Pierce will take the lead. Auckland will look to the inside, down the front stretch. Rick Auckland will take it back. 10 and 10 to go. Rick Auckland and Bob Pierce putting on a show down the back chute. R.J. Conley running in 3rd. Pierce to the inside of Auckland. In turn 4, Auckland will take the high side and hold on. Pierce again dives at the bottom of the racetrack. He'll drift a little. Rick Auckland will retain the number 1 spot. R.J. Conley closing in on your leaders. Johnny Johnson running 4th. Jackie Boggs running 5th. Caution flag is out.
Leaders are going to have to race again coming out of there side by side. Race fans, we're going to get an opinion on this here later tomorrow afternoon about this double wide restarts. It may become a nationwide thing after this Dirt Track World Championship. I tell you what, I am 199% for it after what I've seen here tonight at West Virginia Motor Speedway.
Some fantastic heat race action, Doc, so far this evening. Still one more heat left to go. Hard to believe the heat races are almost over. Then we go to that dash. But this 5th heat event has been nothing short of exciting right from the green flag, and it hasn't stopped.
Well, I tell you what, Pierce and Auckland have traded everything but paint. They've traded, but we're going back to racing on the back stretch.
Rick Auckland will take Bob Pierce and R.J. Conley the rest of the field into turn 3. We're going to turn them loose on a 4 down the front stretch. 8 to go. We're back underway. Bob Pierce running in 2nd, but it's Jackie Boggs on the move as he picked the spot up from R.J. Conley. Conley not going away quietly in the night. Conley working the inside. John Mason up to 5th. Jackie Boggs will take over 3rd. Boggs not settling for 3rd. He's going to work Pierce for 2nd as they head down the backstretch. Pierce will hold the number 2 spot. The 42J of Jerry Bowersock has worked his way into 6th, and he's chasing down Mason in trouble on the number 32 of Pierce. Bob Pierce showing a lot of smoke at 32. Johnny Johnson at 99 also up in smoke. Johnson out of the event. Pierce smoking heavily in turn number 4. 5 laps to go. Can Bob Pierce hold on to that 32 and get a transfer spot? Car smoking heavily as he works through the corner and down the backstretch. Jackie Boggs trying to reel him in. Out of 4 comes your leader, Rick Auckland. 4 laps to go. Pierce continuing to smoke out of the rear end of the number 32. R.J. Conley trying to close in on Jackie Boggs for a transfer spot. Cars getting crossed up on the front stretch. They straighten it out. Auckland will come down for the 2-lap signal the next time by. Bob Pierce limping neck, number 32 home in 2nd. He's got 2.5 laps to go. Jackie Boggs running 3rd. R.J. Conley running 4th. John Mason 5th. Jerry Bowersock 6th. 2 laps to go. White flag the next time by. Rick Auckland now working through traffic as he goes on the outside of Martell's. Auckland cruising at the moment. Pierce closing the gap. He'll come out of 4, get the white flag this time by. 1 lap to go for Rick Auckland. Auckland dials it in out of turn number 2 down the backstretch. Clear sailing now for the driver out of Zanesville, Ohio. He'll take it through the 3rd and 4th corner. He's going to bring it home. Pierce is going to struggle, but he's going to make it. Bob Pierce is going to the Dirt Track World Championship. Jackie Boggs also qualifying. Your winner in heat race number 5. Put your hands together for the driver out of Zanesville, Ohio, Rick Auckland. And how about that run? A lot of courage, a lot of sweat coming out of the number 32. Also qualifying for the Dirt Track World Championship, the tall, cool one, Bob Pierce. And bringing her home 3rd out of Grayson, Kentucky, the McDonald's entry. The number 4B, he worked his way up to the front. Jackie Boggs all going to the Dirt Track World Championship if they make weight.
Attention on the Speedway grounds, attention on the Speedway grounds. Blair Pratt, you need to make your way to the main gate. There at the pit entrance, the main gate at the pit entrance, out by the road. You're wanted there, you're needed there. Blair Pratt. Fast laps, they'll be inverted from their times. The Mooresburg, Tennessee native Scott Bloomquist, the Tampa champion for 2000. He will start at the tail of the field, and how they finish will be how they start tomorrow. The Dirt Track World Championship, the first one in the new millennium. She'll put them on order for us right now. Bring them to the stripe, the 100 of C.S. Fitzgerald, the 5L of Steve Lucas. Those 4 drivers will bring them to the point. Green flag waves here in the 6th and final Dirt Track World Championship qualifying heat. Wallace to the inside, the car checks up, Thomas Ware to the outside. Now Wallace losing sheet metal, contact, car spinning wildly in turn 1 and 2. This will bring out the caution and we will completely restart this event. What a wild melee in turns 1 and 2. Cars spinning, diving, going all over the racetrack. They're having the best of it as he takes the high line and gets through it. But Wendell Wallace, sheet metal all over the 6M machine, is laying all over the Speedway out there. They'll have to give that car a good once over. And outside of him, all the way from Lexington, Virginia, in the 100 CS Fitzgerald. All of them looking to make tomorrow's Dirt Track World Championship start. Green waves one more time. Wallace to the inside. Ware to the outside. Ware all over the outside, but down to the inside. They'll come out of turn 2. It'll be Wallace, Ware, Lucas, and Fitzgerald. John Flinter Jr. on the inside, and Fitzgerald eats the wall and saves the car out of turn 4, dropping valuable positions as he comes out of there. Caution waves one more time. Caution waves here at West Virginia Motor Speedway as one's turned sideways up between turns 3 and 4 on the inside. The wall sparks flew for at least 120, 130 feet, and he saved the car, brought it out of the soft stuff, only dropped a couple positions, and it looks like it's not going to hurt him at all as we have
on 2 wheels and rode along the driver's side going into turn number 1. Didn't seem to upset the car too much as Elsing.
Since it's moved to West Virginia Motor Speedway, the Consi events start every car that's eligible.
Won this year's Dream, and we're going green.
Wallace will pace him into turn 3. Lucas up on the high side. It's dangerous up there right now as they're next to the wall. We're to the inside. As they enter turn 1, it's Wallace to the inside. He'll take care of it, but John Flinter Jr. charges also. Now Lucas, well, all over the wall in turn 2. He'll drop 2 positions, and C.S. Fitzgerald now knocking on the back of Ware's door. Wallace holds the point into turn 1. Now Flinter Jr. to the inside. He'll pressure the 6M of Wallace. Nothing does in Wallace down the backstretch. You want to dance with me, you got to get up beside me. Lucas holds on to the 3rd spot. Ware in 4th. C.S. Fitzgerald in 5th, and he's like a vulture looking for a break back there. He'll race to the front. Flinter pitches the car off, but Wallace once again charges to the point down the backstretch. Lucas, no, Lucas lets the car pitch to the outside, and he'll drop that spot to Thomas Ware. Ware now in the 3rd and final transfer spot with 4 laps in the book. Nothing is ever safe here tonight at West Virginia Motor Speedway. We've seen passes, we've seen passing all night long. Now, Ware to the outside, but caution waves one more time here with 4 laps in the book here in the 6th and final heat. Do this year, so you know, if you want to pick up that merchandise, this weekend will be the time to do it. Transfer everybody else to the B mains tomorrow. Green flag waves, we're racing here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Wallace to the high side, Flinter to the inside, and Ware splits the middle, and Ware now takes over the 2nd position. Flinter moves to 3rd. Lucas in 4th, Delmas Conley 5th, C.S. Fitzgerald in 6th. Possibly something going around the 00 Chuck Harper machine as he checked up. Looks to be back under power now. Ware almost into the wall in turn 1. Basically gave it a kiss without contact, blew one up on the concrete right there, and we've got one turned around in turn 1. Crossing a wave here again at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Top 6. Green flag waves, we're underway one more time. Flinter right there in the middle, Ware to the inside. Oh, contact on the front stretch. Flinter into the wall. Big contact to the inside retaining wall. Caution waves. John Flinter Jr. and Thomas Ware collect each other down the front stretch. They bounce off each other upwards of 130 miles an hour, and that's the result. John Flinter Jr. out of the car, looks to be okay.
And he's definitely looking at the person that may have helped him along with that. Not too happy with the Undertaker, Thomas Ware, as he made a little gesture down there. And definitely that car most likely out of competition, because I don't know how much repair is going to have to be done on that, and if they can even get it ready for tomorrow's afternoon event. And what a tough break for John Flinter. He was running awful strong in his 6th and final heat event.
C.S. Fitzgerald fourth and Delmas Conley fifth. They're on the gas one more time here in West Virginia. Wallace to the high side, Ware to the low side. As they come out of four, it'll be Wallace, then Ware, Lucas, then Fitzgerald, and Delmas Conley will ride in fifth. Conley, now, the car slips up, but he'll check back and hold on to the spot as they exit turn two. All the while, Wendell Wallace on the point, he'll lead lap 6. Ware in second, Lucas third, Fitzgerald in fourth. Fitzgerald's got to get by Lucas to get in this show. Fitzgerald pulls to the inside of Lucas out of turn 2. Lucas powers by down the power alley on the backstretch. Now, one more time, the 100 machine of Fitzgerald will charge to the backside. Into turn 1, it's Wendell Wallace, and he's ever so close to that concrete barrier there, but holds it out of turn 2. Ware in second, Lucas third, Fitzgerald fourth. Delmas Conley in fifth, and those are your top 5 with 7 laps in the book. This time, underneath the flag stand, 8 down, 12 to go. The pressure now coming to the lap car. Ware and Wallace trade the point in turns 1 and 2. Now Wallace up the loose stuff. Lucas charges by and Wallace checks into third. And Fitzgerald's all over him as Fitzgerald comes to the backside. He's looking to get by Wallace to that third and final transfer spot. Thomas Ware, now your leader with 8 laps in the book. Caution going to fly here in West Virginia as we've got a car pulling to the slow side of the track up on the high side here in turn 4.
Had some great racing up front. They swapped the lead back and forth. Thomas Ware and Wendell Wallace put on a clinic in turns 1 and 2, taking the lead, but we go back to green.
They're back to green, and they had all kinds of problems in the back on that restart. Everybody's on the gas now. Back up front, Thomas Ware will pace the field. Wallace with a big charge as he gets around Lucas into turn 1. We've got one turnaround in turn 4. Looks like he's up on the inside hump. That'll bring out a caution flag. Caution out one more time here as one gets up on the hump there and turns between turn 3 and 4. And that's a tough place to be. Everybody's underpowered on the backstretch. Fitzgerald to the inside. Now Ware gets past Lucas with a great charge. It'll be Lucas and Ware down the front stretch. Lucas, everybody kicks to the outside. Wallace gets shuffled back, and C.S. Fitzgerald is now in a transfer spot. Here comes Delmas Conley, the crafty veteran on the inside. This time by, they'll get the cross flags. Your leader, Thomas Ware, halfway through, 10 down, 10 to go. Ware now wants to look at that outside wall and give it another one of those blow-by kisses, but he'll hold on to the lead as he exits turn 2. 3 car lengths over the 5L of Steve Lucas. Then it's C.S. Fitzgerald, Delmas Conley, and Wendell Wallace. Wallace, all kinds of problems right now as 9 laps remain. You got to make a move or you'll move into a B-main tomorrow. Looks like the handle's gone away on the 6M machine as he is starting to drift back and getting pressure by Chuck Harper. Harper, the Beverly, West Virginia driver, looking to move to the front as he puts pressure on the backside of Wallace back in the pack. Now, back up front, it's Thomas Ware pulling out to a 10-car length advantage, and Fitzgerald pulls to the inside of Lucas. Fitzgerald to the inside of Steve Lucas, and there you have it. But Lucas pulls away in turn 3. Delmas Conley rides in fourth. Thomas Ware, the Undertaker, pulling her out to a 12-car length advantage over Lucas. Then it's Fitzgerald and Conley. Not much change there, but Harper pulls to the inside on Wendell Wallace for that position. Wallace pulls away down the backstretch, but Wallace getting pressure from one of the Beverly, West Virginia natives as he's coming hard in the double-zero machine. 14 laps down, 6 to go. Next time by, Mike Gibson will give him that one hand with 5 fingers. 5 laps to go for your leaders as they cross the stripe here in front of us on the main grand screen. There you go. 5 down the Thomas Ware in the 7W. The Undertaker up on the berm one more time. He puts 1 car a lap down. Lucas still riding in second, Fitzgerald in third. The leaders have spread out. Conley in fourth, Wallace in fifth, Chuck Harper in sixth, and we've got 1 spun around at turn 4. We've got 1 spun around at turn 4, and debris on the racetrack one more time. More people here, and we don't want any lost children or any lost parents around the Speedway. Well, make a move, or he'll move to the B main tomorrow. We're under the gas one more time here as they headed out down the backstretch into turn 3, where we'll have the point coming off turn 4. Lots of close driving this time out of turn 4 as Lucas and Fitzgerald want to trade numbers, put a little paint on each other. Nothing happening. Wallace on the outside, and he's charging to the front. Wallace, a last-ditch effort here. This time by the flag stand. It'll be 17 down, 3 to go. Ware still pacing the field. Fitzgerald holding on to second, and Wallace all over the concrete. Everything short of sparks coming out of turn 2. Watch the 6M and the 5L go at it. This time by 2 sticks in the air, 2 laps to go for your leader Thomas Ware and all those chasing. Ware up on the cushion at turn 1 and 2. Fitzgerald, that is feathered out. He looks like he's secured the second spot. But the battle back there for third. Wallace and Lucas. He who finishes third goes to the main. He who finishes fourth goes to the B main. White flag waves on the leader, and Thomas Ware with a 5-car length advantage over CS Fitzgerald will take it down the backstretch. Wallace to the outside of Lucas, and he'll make the pass. Now Lucas dives and charges hard. Slide job on Wallace. Wallace will charge back out of turn 4, but nothing happening. Thomas Ware takes the checkers. It's Thomas Ware, CS Fitzgerald, Steve Lucas, Wendell Wallace. Your top 4 right there. Well, somehow Thomas Ware managed to pull that baby off. C.S. Fitzgerald charged to the inside. And I tell you right now, he earned his way into second. And Lucas and Wallace put on one heck of a side-by-side battle those last 3 laps. And Lucas with a slide job on Wendell Wallace on the last lap made it stick. And there he is with the final transfer spot. Wendell Wallace will be heading home. Actually heading back to the trailer to get the car worked on for the B main tomorrow if everybody passes through the scales here. The all-important weigh-in tech-in. In the 6th heat, out of Lexington, Virginia, C.S. Fitzgerald. Thomas Ware up on the scales, checking everything out. Nice photograph session right there.
in motion. The final event for the late models this evening. It is the 10-lap dash to determine the top 3 rows of starting spots for this year's 20th Annual Dirt Track World Championship. Steve Shaver in the Simonton entry, number 30, the Petrov Towing, 21 of Billy Moyer. Gary Stuhler in 25, and the Kentucky Colonel Steve Francis in 15, your defending champion. The Bartman, Bart Hartman in the Moorhead entry, and the MBC Paving, number 0 of Bloomer, Scott Bloomquist. We're ready to go, 10 laps. We'll decide our pole sitter for this year's Dirt Track World Championship. Shaver and Moyer lead the group at 6 out of 4. Here we go! Side by side into one, Shaver and Moyer go into the turn, bumping and bouncing. Bloomquist has worked his way up into that 4th spot. Here comes Steve Francis. Francis will take him into turn number 3, running in the 2nd spot, and the Colonel is on the move. Out of 4 they come. Francis going for the lead. Shaver will lead it.
Shaver hits the rut, and Francis checks up and kicks by. Bloomquist all over the backside of Shaver. Shaver out of turn 2 to the inside of Francis. Now Francis holds the point. Bloomquist goes to the high side. The top 3 are battling hot and heavy as they come out of turn 4. Now Bloomquist to the backside of Shaver. Bloomquist will take the inside spot as they come out of turn 2. It's Shaver holding on to 2nd, Francis the 1st, Bloomquist 3rd. Moyer into 4th. Go ahead. At the flag stand. 3 laps down, 7 to go. Francis all over the high side. Now the charge from the inside for Steve Shaver, but Shaver can't make the car stick. Bloomer holds on to 3rd, Moyer to 4th. Gary Stuhler to 5th, and rounding out the top 6 right now, Bart Hartman. Hartman looks like he's just shaking the car down.
They take it into turns 1 and 2. Steve Francis way up by the wall. Shaver running 2nd, Bloomquist 3rd. Stewart to the inside of Billy Moyer now for 4th. Bart Hartman running in that 6th spot. Out of 4 comes Steve Francis halfway through the event. 5 in and 5 to go. Francis looking to repeat the Dirt Track World Championship win by grabbing the pole and having a good shot at the event. Shaver running in 2nd, Bloomquist 3rd, Stuhler, Moyer, and Hartman your lineup. Bloomquist now closing in on Shaver for the number 2 spot. We've got 4 to go.
All right, Francis checking out on this stellar field of race cars. Bloomquist pulls to the inside of Shaver, cannot make it stick, and Shaver holds on to the 2nd position down the backstretch. Back in the pack, nothing's changed. It's Stuhler, Moyer, and the Tim Logan Motorsports 11 of Bart Hartman this weekend holds on to the 6th and final spot. Francis up front, 7 laps down, 3 to go. Now Shaver to the outside. Bloomquist wanting to mix it up with the 30 of Shaver, but Shaver too strong up on the high side. This time by 8 laps down. Your leader, Steve Francis. Francis with a commanding lead. Shaver holding on to 2nd, Bloomquist to 3rd. Bloomquist charges to the inside. Nothing doing, and yes, now he's going to make it stick. Drag race down the backstretch. Bloomquist and Steve Shaver.
Francis gets the light, 1 to go. Bloomquist and Shaver continue to battle it out for that 2nd spot. That's the battle for the front row. Bloomer gets the spot. Here comes Shaver again. He'll pass him in 2. Steve Francis is going to sit on the pole.
Looks like Francis right at the checkers. It's your Kentucky Colonel taking the dash win. Steve Shaver 2nd. Scott Bloomquist 3rd. Gary Stuhler going to bring it home 4th. The 21 of Billy Moyer 5th. In the Tim Logan Motorsports entry, the number 11 of Bart Hartman 6th. Woo, race fans, does it get any better than that? Shaver and Bloomquist put on one whale of a show, and Francis looks like the man to beat once again. It'll all pan out here tomorrow. 24 cars locked in to this main event. We'll finish out and round out that field with 3 B mains. Up next, modified and pick up your racing souvenirs on the way out. Please don't leave any children if you brought them. Count those kids before you go and drive safely. If you have had a few too many to drink, find somebody to drive you home. We want you back here tomorrow, because if tomorrow's anything like tonight, I don't want to miss it. I want this seat again tomorrow, Rick. Race fans, please hustle across the track. Please hustle across the track. We have a lot of racing yet to do here this evening at West Virginia.
Last year's winner of the feature event, Kenny Riddle, driver of the 1K car. Starting in fourth, Mike Brecht into 5A. Out of 4, we're going to turn them loose. We're underway. Dash event taking the green flag. Kenny Johnson will take him into turn number 1, bounces through the corner. He's sideways up against that guardrail, slowing down. He's going to bring her to a halt. We're going to go to the caution flag. In turn 1, Jim Dale Jr. getting crossed up with Ross. Mike Brecht will be your leader down the backstretch. Mike Brecht, Jim Dale Jr. and Kenny Riddle, your top 3 as they bring it out of turn number 4 to complete the first lap. Brecht running a high line around the racetrack as Ross is going to take her into the infield. 22 car out of the event. Jim Dale Jr. and Kenny Riddle battling it out for that second spot. Kenny Johnson now to the inside of Riddle for third. Johnson trying to make the move, can't get her done in turn 1. Down the backstretch and into turn number 3. It's still Mike Brecht, driver out of Ohio. He'll get the halfway signal this time by. Three in and 3 to go. Johnson and Riddle continue to battle it out for that third spot. Jim Dale Jr. hanging on to the number 2 position. Two-lap signal given. We go white flag the next time by. White flag the next time by for Mike Brecht. He's led him from the start. He'll take him down the back chute, heading to 3. Here comes Kenny Riddle up on the outside. Now he'll take a look underneath Jim Dale for second. Kenny Riddle on the move in the 1K. White is out. 1 to go. Mike Brecht taking it into turn 2 and heading down the back chute for the last time. Kenny Johnson taking a look underneath Riddle now for second as they go side by side in turn number 3. Wheel to wheel into 4, and Riddle's going to get the advantage. Mike Brecht going to win the event. Second spot goes to Kenny Riddle, third to Kenny Johnson, fourth to Jim Dale Jr. Field coming out of turn 4, and we turn them loose. Trouble in turn number 1. We've got them stacked up. They're still crashing as the caution flag comes out. Out as part of the turn blocked, and we'll let the safety crew get over there and do their job. Right, all the drivers checked out just fine, so we should be ready to go here shortly as we get the cars up on the hook and get back to heat race number 1. On the hook now, making its way to the back pit entrance, and we should be ready to go with heat race number 1. We'll be turning them loose here shortly. And turn number 4, coming down the front chute, looking for green. It's out. We're underway. They head into turn number 1. It's Chris Fortis in that number 4 car, leading them back as they come down the back chute. Fortis with a comfortable lead right now as he brings them down the front stretch for the first time. Good battles going on all over the racetrack. And it looks like Fortis in trouble. Your leader pulling up in turn number 1 and 2, and he slowed down out of the event. Up against the wall, caution flag will come out. The wall, caution flag out, and into turn 3. Green flag is waving. We're back underway. Larry Holbrook takes over the second spot, and he'll chase your leader through 1 and 2. Holbrook taking a look to the inside as they head down the back chute. Staying out front into number 45, but Holbrook all over him as they head down the back chute once again and into turn number 3. Little contact in the back between Potts and the V8 of Venom, and they straighten it out as we stay under green. Holbrook to the inside of Goff, now taking a look for the number 1 spot. Can do her on the front stretch. He'll go through the corners. Holbrook right on the back bumper. He'll look inside again. He pulls the right front up underneath the quarter panel. Into turn 3, tight racing, and Goff will hold the number 1 spot. Holbrook way up by the wall in the front stretch. He takes a flight in turn number 1. Down the backstretch again and into turn 3. Don Goff, your leader. Larry Holbrook running in that second spot. Halfway through the event. Sammy Miller worked his way from the back of the pack in the 10 car. He's now running in that third spot. Sammy Miller on the move. Miller to the outside of Holbrook, and Holbrook off the pace. He's pulling off. Something wrong with Holbrook's machine. Goff now has Sammy Miller on the back bumper. Oh, Tyrod breaking on the Larry Holbrook number 19 car as he comes to rest on the front stretch. Caution flag is out. Some heavy work in the pit area.
We're back racing again here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. 6 laps down, 4 to go. They'll bring up to the front end of turn 4. Side by side. Into turn 1. Looks like they'll be 3 wide now. Feathers back out. Next time by, 3 laps to go. Your leader's packing and stacking them. 3 at the top. Battle up front, side by side, has to check up. The Zero car falls back to third down the backstretch, loses some momentum. 2 sticks wave, two laps to go. Come out of turn 4, 3 wide. Checks back. and a stripe. There's your winner in the 683 car, Skip Waterman. Here we go, heat race number 2. Green flag waves here again at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Three wide into turn 1. They'll feather out, come down the backstretch. Everybody's clean through lap number 1. One car retires to the pit area. Contact here in the front stretch. No caution, we stay racing, green flag racing on the Speedway. Caution waves one more time here in West Virginia. By halfway for your leaders, halfway through this second of 5 heat events here for the modifieds here at West Virginia Motor Speedway Dirt Track World Championship weekend. Everybody clean through turns 1 and 2. Seven down, 3 to go. The leaders will get the 2 sticks in the air. Todd Gorel ready to rock and roll. 2 laps to go. White flag waves here in the second of 5 heats for the AMRA Modifieds. Your leader takes her deep into turn 1, sets sail on those checkered flags as he heads down the backstretch. Makers Wave here at West Virginia Motor Speedway. Well, I'll tell you.
They come down and we are ready to go. Green is out. We're underway. Bumping and banging going on in through turns 1 and 2, but they get her straightened out and head down the backstretch. Side-by-side racing coming out of turn number 4. First lap complete. Everybody pointing in the right direction. We stay under green. Good battle going on for the number 1 spot as they take it into turns 1 and 2, side by side. The 8 once again will pull one car down the backstretch. Cars starting to spread out just a little bit in this heat event. File down the back shooting into turn number 3. Lap number 4 in the books this time by 6 laps to go. And the Altel phone sponsored number 8 car really turning it on right now. Everybody else trying to gain some ground. Caution flag out. Spin out of turn number 4. We'll slow them back down. Got the speed coming out of turn number 2, getting the early jump. We're going to wave the green, turn them loose, coming down the front stretch. We'll get the halfway signal next time by. It'll be 5 in and 5 to go.